Yo, what's up? It's your boy ET. Look, if you're looking to or you got to raise the bar on your marriage, you gotta click the link and get into Married into Crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this coaching is gonna take your relationship to another level. Now look, you already know you need to raise the bar. You know that already. So stop thinking or overthinking. Click that link, and Marriage into Crazy is gonna take you and your spouse to marital bliss. Now you know. Click the button. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Married into Crazy with Sticks and Levy. I'm Levy.
I'm Sticks.
And as you can tell, the backdrop is just a little different than what we normally have. So we are on vacation in
Barbados, and today is our last day. And we wanted to make sure that we get in a podcast for you guys.
Have to talk up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Just to let you know where we are.
Right. And so it's one of those things too, where you know that a lot of times just because of COVID, what have you, people are still afraid of traveling. And we're not at this juncture. And we did a lot of research. And we came to a beautiful place called the Crane in Barbados.
Yeah. First of all, let's just say the island of Barbados is beautiful. I mean, you saw a little bit of our backdrop, but the cool thing is like, it's because it's an island, it's surrounded by water, and it's just incredible. It's really, really nice. It's hot, but it's the humidity. I mean, you know, if I'm gonna talk about saying anything bad, that's really it. But you have the option of going to get in the water to cool down. So it was, the people were very nice. Yeah, it was really nice. We had a really, really good time.
And if you actually take a look at our Instagram as well as our Facebook, you'll actually see a lot of pictures and some videos. I mean, it was wild. It swung from one side to the other. And there were a lot of lessons learned, a lot of great people met. And we just wanted to share this. So this may not be a super long episode, but it's one of those things where we felt that Barbados was definitely deserving of some shout outs. First and foremost, when you get here, take in the splendor. The people are amazing. People always talk about Barbados, the beauty of the island itself. But what you don't hear too much about is the beauty of just
people, some of the people, yeah.
Everyone that we came across.
Very genuine, you know.
Not people, like we got lost as we were walking through the island on an adventure because somebody had to go shopping.
Oh my gosh.
And but no, people were amazing. You know,
I wasn't lost, let's just be clear.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, check out our YouTube to see the story on that. But she not YouTube, I'm sorry, on Instagram. But basically, everyone was just absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. And it reminded me that no matter where you go in the world, that just being kind makes a difference.
Yeah, it's so one of our drivers, our main driver, we kind of last
shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
What's going on, Hugh? Told you to give you a little shout out.
He just talked about island history. You know, it's funny because a lot of times where you're from, you don't necessarily exhibit that pride in your place, you know, and he is so prideful about Barbados, very proud of his history. He knows it. He just exudes just like, I am from Barbados. This is my home. This is what we have. This is what we do. This is our history. I mean, it was amazing. He was really cool. But it's like, yeah, you need to take pride in where you come from and what you're about, you know.
Absolutely. So it begs the question, and one of the topics for today is, how proud of you are you of your marriage? Do you have the same level of pride for your marriage that you do for the other things that you claim, like your sports team, you know, your favorite soccer team, your favorite football team, your favorite basketball, baseball, whatever? I mean, people probably display with flags out in front of their homes, you know, like up in our game room, we got Steelers memorabilia. I have some in my office. Snooks has an autographed jersey of Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it's my guy.
You know, so there's a lot of pride that's exhibited there, but what are the mementos? You know, people could walk into your house and know what team you root for, but do they walk into your home? Is it a house or a home? Do they walk into your home and know that you're prideful about your marriage?
Or, it doesn't even have to be your home. What about just being in your company, being your surrounding, your in your vicinity? That's how you exhibit the love that you have for your partner. Is it recognizable? Are you like, all right, peace, I'm gonna be over here and you be, and that's cool too, because a lot of times we go to different settings, sometimes the men, they congregate one place and the women, we're somewhere else, but we're speaking about each other in love. You better be speaking about me in love.
I do.
Okay.
Speaking of love.
Just making sure, just putting it out there.
Yeah, know your history. And when it comes to, because it's funny, when we were getting a tour and it came from two different places. Hugh talked about it a little bit, but then we went on a thing called Licorice Bajan food walking tour.
Oh my gosh, let me tell y'all something. We grubbed here. I'm not even playing. We didn't even go to, there was one place in specific that we were advised to go to, which is Hoistons. And we didn't make it there because of the weather. Yesterday, we were supposed to go and it stormed. We were on the beach, whatever. So we didn't go, but I don't feel like I missed out too much because on the walking tour, we went to six different eateries and it was local food. That's something that Lovey and I, we talk about when we go somewhere, we like to see where the locals eat, how they eat and stuff like that. And we ate and it was outstanding. It was so good. It was so, shout out to Tim's, that's my favorite.
Oh, Tim's was bomb. Tim's was great.
Yeah, shout out to Tim's, that's my favorite.
When Paulette was walking around, not only was she sharing the food and the culture with us, she gave some, again, history Barbados. And I thought something was really interesting. And I see a correlation to our marriage and hopefully yours as well, to where they were talking about the flag of Barbados. And if you take a look, there's a trident on the flag. And she talked about pre-colonial times or pre-independence times prior to them actually getting their full independence, which was like 1987. I think it was 1987. Correct.
It was 87.
Yeah, so it was 87. But prior to 1987, their flag and everything you see, there's in the older structures, you see like Neptune and he's holding this long trident. Well, that was something that was pushed on them by the UK. That was something that was pushed on them by England, right? So we're talking about colonizers that have actually said certain things, but that was their prior history, right? And then when they actually gained their independence, they changed. They took what was apart from their past and made it part of their new. And so on there is a shortened trident, meaning that the rule is no longer long and historical from the colonial rule. Is that they took the symbol from the past, shortened it, and said, this is our new history going forward. And it really made me think about our marriage, as well as all marriages that are out there. Everybody that crosses that threshold, that crosses, that jumps the broom, right? You're going from your past to your new. It's not about forgetting where you came from, because everybody that we met was really well versed when it came to the history of the island, but it's taking the old and transforming it into the new. Some semblance, but stronger, better, more vibrant moving forward. And I want that for all of our marriages as well. So in a sense, 25 years ago, almost 26 years ago, we took the long trident of our youth, of our singlehood, and we jumped the broom. We said I do. And now we're carrying around that shortened trident, but it's our trident, so to speak, just kind of showing some correlation between the history of the Bajan history here in Barbados and what we're talking about when it comes to marriage.
Let me cut you off just a second. I just want to tweak a little bit of what you said. So I want to look at it like Lovey said. It's it was a long trident prior to 1997.
87.
No, for us.
Oh.
I'm sorry if I'm using that analogy for our marriage. So if we had the trident and it was long prior to 1997, so January 4, 1997, let's say that we didn't cut the whole thing off, we cut a little bit of it off because we still carry over some of the stuff from our
Our previous baggage.
our previous baggage, our previous chapters, like we talked about before, syncing our chapters. But it really wasn't until 2001 when 4 years later, when I asked for divorce and we had to go through I feel like a reconstruction of our marriage. We're still married, but we had to reconstruct our marriage. Still same principles, same value system, pretty much, but we made it our own. We honored, because we will honor our history. We honor our history, but we also like, okay, it's this long, so we need to get rid of some of this. Okay, well, no, we're gonna take that off. Oh, we're gonna take this, so we make it to where it's just for us now. And now we're gonna be able to pass that knowledge, I'll say knowledge, but on to, I feel like, our children. Hopefully they'll listen better.
Yeah, you better listen.
You better. No.
But actually, that's a better analogy because historically speaking, when it comes to Barbados, their initial independence, if you will, or transition began in 1966.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a prime minister. I can't remember. I think it's a prime minister. I don't know if it was prime minister, but whatever it was called, it was like a prime minister.
The ruler.
Yeah, basically broke away and became a new political party that was run in 1966, and they started doing things a little differently. That was kind of furthering themselves away from colonial rule. But it wasn't until almost 20 years later, where from 66 to 87 is like you're talking about, when we actually ended up taking the full short and trident and then moving forward with what you see now as our marriage, because what it looked like beforehand was crazy.
Okay. It was a lot of challenges, The good thing though is that we saw the value, I would say, in us being together, even though I was like, I'm done and out, A lot of times, I won't say a lot of times, say a lot of times, sometimes people speak from emotion and they're upset. I'm angry. No, I'm cool. I'm out, And that was where crazy actually was formed, in a sense, through that fire, because I had to learn to deal with compassion when it came to Lovey. We still had to keep it real, hold each other accountable, still be zealous, and learn how to yield to each other. So I don't want people to, it wasn't like a horrible marriage. It just was one that was not working.
Right. And many of you may feel right now that, what, it's not horrible. I don't want a divorce, but I definitely want it to get better. Mm-hmm. This isn't what I signed up for. What can we do to actually move forward? So don't forget that you can always go to marriedandthecrazy.com and look at the host of different resources that we provide for you to actually improve upon wherever it is you are right now to get to that next level, that next stage of where you want to be. So there's coaching that's there. You can go ahead and get a discovery call. Just book a first-time call. It's free. Or we're just sit down for 15 to 30 minutes just to chat with you, just to see if there's an opportunity for us to build up some assistance. If you're thinking, I don't know if I really want to do coaching, you just scroll down a little bit and you'll see that there's the Raise the Bar Marriage Enrichment video series. There's an 18 video training that actually walks you through, asks you some really important questions. And there's some testimonials that are there, some video testimonials of couples like you and I that have actually gone through the program and gave their honest feedback. And you would definitely want to take a look at that. And there's so many other things. If you like the shirt, you can definitely go ahead and get the shirts and some other gear. There's coffee mugs, there's aprons, jackets, the whole 9 yards. There's so much that's there. But there's different places that you can take your marriage. And it's not that we show you how to get there. We just provide resources, tools, and a little bit of guidance. Because like any other coach, you can coach all day long, but when it comes time to actually execute the plays, it's down to the players. That's you. Phil Jackson, all these amazing coaches, Bill Belichick, they'll tell you, they call the plays, but it's up to you to run it. And that's what we try and do. And there's accountability that's built in that as well. So definitely go to marriedandthecrazy.com and check out what we can offer you as a couple.
So what has been your favorite part of the Bahamas experience? The Barbados experience.
I was like, where'd you go? Of the entire trip, there's so many different parts. I can't say that any one was better than the other. Snooks flew first class, first time. And so,
Definitely my favorite part. Nah, it's not my favorite.
so we went from coast to, well, actually, we went from California to out of the country, all first class. And
It's my first time.
and just so you know, it's not a money play. We're not like flossing saying, oh, we got this. No, it's not like that at all. But we challenge ourselves to plan for it because we wanted an experience.
And then just kind of to piggyback on that, a lot of times our first instinct is to say, we can't do that. Well, that's too expensive, or that's too, whatever, it's too hard. Here's the deal. If we, like I said, plan. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you guys can hear me, because Lovey gets so upset at me when he says I talk too low.
There's background noise. All that.
Sorry. So I was saying,
We're at the resort right now.
yeah,
so
we're at the resort on the
you're hearing
balcony.
people move around and all kind of stuff.
They probably can't hear that. Anyway, but if you plan, don't just knee jerk say no, I can't, or that's too expensive, or that's too. Sit down and create a plan for to do something fun. We always create these plans. I feel like for we have our business plans, and we have our, like we said time and time again, our health plan, our business plan, those type of things. But we don't sit down a lot of times. We don't sit down and be like, okay, what's our fun plan? Because we have to have fun in our relationship. We have to take time for each other. So we've been planning this trip for almost a whole year, I think, when we came back from Jamaica, just about. Was it Jamaica?
No, actually, no. We thought about going to, I don't think we actually made the decision until the beginning of this year after you were in the hospital.
Oh, okay. Well, we knew we were going somewhere. We were trying to.
We were planning for the Maldives.
Yeah. Still waiting to get there, y'all. Still waiting. I'm just saying. No shade.
But a great example of, okay, so our eyes were set on the Maldives, and due to a variety of circumstances, we didn't arrive there. But it's almost like, say, don't tell me. There's a guy, Joe Sertain, as part of my men's accountability group. Shout out to King's Accountability Group.
Go catch.
And Joe has this saying that I thought was amazing. I don't know where he got it from, but I'm just going to say it's Joe's. But he says, don't tell me the sky is the ceiling when I know there are footprints on the moon.
Mm.
And so, always shoot higher. No, I'm going to say that again. Don't tell me that the sky is the ceiling when I know that there are footprints on the moon.
Is it the ceiling or the limit? Sky's the limit.
Okay, sky's the limit. How do you want to say it?
Sorry.
See what I go through every day? See what I go
Sorry,
through?
Joe. I'm not trying to,
Checking me on my grammar. I
just-
don't know if that's the quite one. Let me get off the lexicon.
No. I was just wondering.
Okay, so don't tell me the sky's
The
limit when I know that there's footprints on the moon. It sounds better. So that's probably what Joe said. But the thing is, we were shooting for the Maldives, but we landed in Barbados. We ain't mad.
And just know that if you have to pivot, sometimes you do have to pivot from the original plan, but as long as you pivot and you don't stop, because a lot of times people are like, oh, well, I can't get there. Oh, well, then just forget it. No, don't stop. Okay, let's pivot and let's go. But know that the Maldives is still in the list.
But see,
Yeah.
but look at your marriage. Like on our website as well. And here's a very simple plug. Go down to our website, marriedandcrazy.com. There's going to be a marriage audit there, marriage/relationship audit. And what you'll be able to do is it gives you an ebook where you can actually, it's less than $10, where you can actually go there and you can take like a little check mark quiz to find out where you stand in your relationship, in your marriage. Am I needs improvement? Am I good? Am I great? Am I phenomenal? So there's different things you can check. So like for us, for vacation wise, Maldives would be that phenomenal range. But we didn't land at the phenomenal. We landed at those was phenomenal. But we landed at let's say very good and great, right? And same thing with our marriage. When you do that checklist, and I highly recommend doing this because there's some teaching that goes along with it for less than $10. But when you go there, maybe you want that phenomenal marriage. I think we all did, but maybe right now you're at needs improvement. If you get to good, that's an improvement over needs improvement. Mm-hmm. And so it's all relative, right? Don't get so focused on, I really want to be there. But you forget how far you've already come from where you used to be. That's one of the things I think we take for granted in marriages, is that we want to be in a particular space, but we don't have the mindset at times to really just take, like, just a temperature check. Like, okay, where did we begin? Oh man, we are so much better than we were in the past. Now, I'm not settling. I'm content with where we are because I'm happy that we're making progress, but I still want improvement. And that's what it's all about. That's what our coaching amounts to. That's what this podcast, this free content amounts to. That's what everything that we do. When we go and do our speaking engagements, we just talk about, moving the ball down the field, so to speak.
Raising the bar.
Raising the bar. Raising the bar. Belief, actions, results, because your beliefs, those things that you think about, that those core beliefs that you have, are going to dictate the actions you take on a daily basis when it comes to a relationship. And it's those actions that are going to yield the results that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely take a look at marriedinacreation.com, but also take a moment to just take a step back, look at where you are, and think, how far have we come from the day that we actually said I do? And if there's progress moving forward, thank God. Thank God for that progress. And then take a step forward. Continue to keep moving. Your marriage is a living, breathing organism that requires growth. If you're not growing, you're dying.
And I just want to put this one saying to bed, or throw it out the window. We love to say, well, there's a saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. She's
been teaching me tricks since we got here. That's not how she's talking
I don't
about.
think that they want to know about all that anyway.
They want to know.
They don't want to know.
They want to know.
Anyway, just make sure that don't be content, or don't be set. Don't be stubborn. Because a lot of us, we get in our stubborn mood and just, well, this is just how I am and blah, blah, blah. But then you wonder why you're not advancing or you're not moving. Be open. Don't ever close yourself off to learning something new. I don't even want to say learning something new. Don't ever close yourself off to new ideas, because it could be something that you actually know. You just set and be like, I'm comfortable, I'm content. If he don't like it or she don't like it, then that's just how it is. But then you see other people living their best lives and wonder why you're not following suit. Don't be stuck.
And let's take it a step further. Living your best life isn't something that you do by yourself, right? There's a team that's involved in getting you there. We always talk about Iron Tribe. And if you're looking at still understanding what Iron Tribe is all about, make sure you go to our Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group. It's called Iron Tribe, the Marriage Community. Go there and you're going to see other couples that are chiming in from time to time, talking about things that they're going through or posting pictures. A lot of times it's just us. And I know that people say, I love what I saw on Iron Tribe. And I'm like, could you comment, please? Could you say something? I'm like, don't just look, participate, But you want to surround yourself with an Iron Tribe. And it's based off of Proverbs. There's a saying in Proverbs, as iron sharpens iron, so you sharpen the countenance of your friend. Man, I told you, I'll butcher
13th apostle.
13th apostle. I will butcher a scripture, but I will live it. I will live it properly,
yes.
But I will butcher it.
Yes.
But here's the thing. We also say that as iron sharpens iron, we as couples
should be sharpening each other, and it's a beautiful thing. For me, I've said it before, I love love. I love when I see people in love. And but I'm not blind to the fact that there's work that's involved. And a lot of times people, work, that's such a bad word. No, not if it's something that you love to do. People always say, if you do what you enjoy, it's not work at all. So I enjoy doing this. So it is work, but it's not work. If you understand what I'm saying, from that point. It's just something that it just comes natural. So now I know that I need to love on Lovey, and
she does.
I need
to love on Snooks.
Yeah. So don't look at it like, I got to do all this and I got to do that and I got to. So you start practicing and doing it like working out. That muscle gets bigger and it takes less effort. And pretty soon you'll be doing push-ups like you used to do when you were 15.
Love push-ups.
Yeah,
we in Barbados. I'm sorry.
I don't have what?
This is vacation love mode since we've been here. But look.
Anyway.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, okay, but what I wanted to get to is that, Stutz made a phrase about living your best life. And so many times we take pictures, everybody's posting, living my best life. Da, 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 da. It didn't happen by yourself because look, we're at a resort and we are living our best life. We're having an amazing time, but we're not doing it by ourselves. There's a team that's involved, that's assisting us in this process.
Shout out to Shantae.
Shantae is a bomb.
Yes.
Shantae is a concierge that's actually here at the Crane in Barbados.
I just thought about something. Shantae's here at the Crane. And then our favorite server, mine anyway.
Shauna.
Oh, it was Shauna. I was going to say Shantae. He's right. It was
It's Shauna.
Shauna. Okay. Never mind. Take that back.
I know where she was going.
What?
But look, Shantae is amazing, right? So all the stuff that we've done, we took a rum tour through Mount Gay. Shout out to Mount Gay. Look, been
And
around
our
since
guide.
1703. In
Yeah.
1703, I mean, they founded this, but check this out. The woman that is actually the top, I can't remember what the name is, like
Taste person.
the taster, the one that's actually doing all the blend, the master blender. It's a Black woman. She's killing it. She's doing a great job. And we went broke buying all, trying to buy up all the rum
Now we
on the
love it.
island. Customs, no, I sent it. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, we drank it here. That's what happened. But no, we went there, but Shantae hooked that up. She hooked up the licorice tour. We were doing a catamaran, but we canceled that. Thank God we canceled that.
Yeah.
But,
Thank God we canceled that.
there was her, right? And then when we went to, she set up our reservations at the restaurants, like Chompers.
Chompers, This Old House. We went there. I mean,
Great food experiences. Chompers, one of the top 5 restaurants on the island of Barbados. And also Black owned, a Black woman owns it as well. And
Shout
that
out
was
to my ladies. Woo.
Chompers. And the service there was probably out of all the restaurants we've ever been to in our lives.
Absolutely top notch. Shout
This
out to
was-
Shauna. And what's his name?
Erskine.
Erskine.
Shauna and Erskine served us at Chompers. And so if there are any Bajans that are actually watching this, and we hope there are, we'd love to get our listenership up over here in the island of Barbados. We've been passing out cards, talking to people. But anyway, if you know them, let them know that we shouted them out, because that was bar none the best service that we've ever had. And this was in the midst of a storm. Started out nice and calm. You can check out the 2 videos that I posted. It was great. We're having a great time. And all of a sudden the sky opened up. I think Noah was outside, and had an arc.
I told y'all to get on arc.
Right? It was crazy, but the wind was blowing, the rain was coming in, and the staff just hustled. They moved all these couples and away from the
Moved our
windows,
table
moved our
back,
table
yeah.
back, and
With
but
no interruption, actually.
didn't skip a
too.
beat.
Yeah.
Set
Yeah.
up, but they called it. She addressed us by our names every step of the way.
Mhm.
Saw to our every need. It was amazing service.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, again, it's part of the team. And recognizing that we didn't go there and cook our food and serve ourselves and look out for our safety when the storm hit.
Mhm.
When we went to the beach, we went to Carlisle Bay. Thanks to Carl Phillips from ETA and Associates. And Carl, you listen to him on Secrets to Success podcast with ET, Carl Phillips, CJ, and Jamal.
And we found out about that beach from him.
From Carl. So
Yeah.
Carl told me that, because I asked him, like, where do we need to go? And, some things that stood out. And he recommended a few things. We did other things. He recommended, we only did 1 out of the 3 things that he highly recommended. We were on schedule because he said to do Oystons
Oh yeah, and
The safari?
yeah.
and go to Browns Beach.
So here's the deal, Carl. I don't do safari. I'm sorry, I'm not doing safari. Because there was a brochure thing, and I saw all these animals, and animals are cool, but I was like, all I could think about is the bugs.
She saw a lizard. Look, she saw a little, check out the video.
Oh my, it wasn't a little lizard.
These little tiny crabs, little sand dollar crabs were, run sideways across the walkway. She freaked out. If you take a look at if you take a look at the video, I'm gonna post it on YouTube as well, but it's on our Instagram. If you take a look at the video, 1 minute she's next to me, I show a picture of the crabs. This woman took off running. She could have fell. She could have fallen in the ocean.
No, I couldn't.
She was gone.
First of all, let me just say this. We were walking and I saw all this movement and I was like, what the heck is that? It looked like big giant roaches. That's what I thought they were.
In her head, they look nothing
No,
like.
it did, because just the movement.
These things are
in the-
translucent.
in the-
and anyway,
Well, because of the brown seaweed stuff. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I looked and I was like, oh, nope, nope, nope. And Levy came, he was like, oh, it's just a crab thing, whatever. I took off. I was like, I'm out. You can video and whatever.
When I
all you
showed the video
want.
back there, I practically broke out on a daily walk on the beach. She was gone.
Never.
Crab started coming back up like, what was that? It was crazy.
No,
But
it
again,
wasn't.
we were talking about building the Iron Tribe, right? You know, Carl's not officially part of the Iron Tribe, but the fact that I could reach out to him and say, hey, you know, what do you recommend? Because Carl's from Barbados. And so, again, our experience was made that much better, that much safer because we incorporated a team. This wasn't all us. This was part of the people that we surrounded ourselves with that are looking out for our best interests.
Mhm.
You know, so I was seeing some pictures here and there, and turns out Carl actually used to play when he was a kid. When he was younger, he's a musician as well. He would play here at the Crane when he was younger. So it was kind of neat to actually share that experience with him. But it's all about making sure that you have pride in your marriage.
Yeah.
You know, having that the Bajans have pride in their islands, and it just really stood out to us that you know you gotta have pride in your marriage, and you got to surround yourself with the right people so that way you can exercise that pride.
I just want to say this too, because I feel like people will be like, well, it's their job to be whatever. I mean, how many of us are on our job and it's our job to be a certain type of way, and we're not that type of way on our job. There's servers, you know, customer service people, whatever that I come in contact with at home, and they're not that way, even though it's their job to be like that.
Right.
So let's not I just don't want to dismiss it as, oh, well, that's just their job.
Because they get paid to do that.
Exactly. I know plenty of, I'm never coming back here again because of the service, you know. But it wasn't just because it was their job, it's because the love that they have for what they were doing. So we want to, you know, tying it back into our marriage. It's our job to be supportive. It's our job actually to be compassionate, real, accountable, zealous, and yielding in our marriages.
Crazy.
Crazy. That's what it stands for. And, you know, like I said, I had to learn compassion. I never had to be.
I'm still working on
real.
it.
Yeah.
I am. I'm just being honest. I'm still working on the compassion piece. But I mean, it's one of those things that you're never going to arrive, right? As long as I'm breathing, there's an opportunity for a new season of compassion.
There goes that that saying, can't teach a new dog, old dog new tricks.
I'm learning every day.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just wanted to share some of our experience with you guys. I could go on and on and on
Sure.
about everything that we've done here. Let me just give you a little bit of info. When you get here, make sure that you have your spray for the bug repellent, a small one in your bag. And as soon as you get off the airplane, you spray. The first day we were here, we
Just
didn't
for
even get.
Like little nips in here and there, that's mosquitoes.
I got tore up, y'all. I mean, I got tore. I was like, what the heck is going on? And we weren't even like here real good
She got
yet.
that sweet blow.
Yeah, I do have that, but just saying, just
So,
be prepared.
Yeah, so be prepared for that. But you know what? Come here and have your suntan lotion, hydrate, drink a lot of water. Be prepared to have a lot of fun. Don't just stay in your resort. Get out, meet the people.
I want to just shout this out too. We went to
The licorice food tour. We went down to the food market.
Yeah, we went to the food market, and this stuff right here, Vegan Care Sorrel, it's 100% vegan. It's fruit. I think it's some vegetables in here too. This is amazing, you guys. Amazing. So when you come, go to the market and get you some.
She just had to get that in.
I did want to get that in.
And we weren't paid by any of these people to say any of this stuff. It's not like they're sponsors or whatever. We want to recognize good service, good people. Great time. Amazing time. So definitely put Barbados on your list.
Definitely put Barbados on your list. Definitely, if you want to stay outside of the city and kind of be secluded a little bit, the Crane is the place to be.
It's amazing. So, you know, we're not going to sit here and show you all the amenities because it is on our social media. I gave a tour of a room and like a private plunge pool and a balcony and the grounds. It looks absolutely amazing.
Because I would walk you all over this place and point everything out to you. So,
but just as much as we want to talk about, you know, make sure that you come to Barbados. More importantly, make sure you have pride in your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and have that same level of pride in your marriage that you do for all the other things you have in your life, sports, job. People love to talk about, oh, I work here. Well, are you as prideful when you talk about who you're married to, how your marriage is going? If not, let's put some steps in place to make sure you get there. So, and as we always say at the very end, until the next time, be blessed. And I'll give you a couple of shots of the resort as we go out. This is Barbados.
That's the Atlantic Ocean.
It's the Atlantic Ocean behind us. Right, there's our private plunge pool. But this is where we've been hiding for the last week and enjoying ourselves.
And each other.
And each other.
You better say that.
Oh, I've definitely been enjoying her.
Oh, God. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
So again, until the next time,
Be blessed. Bye-bye.